Now let's talk about a simple children's game called Ddakji. It's fun, it's fast, it's sudden. Why bring this little game back? This innocent game, once full of childhood laughter and memories for many Korean kids, is now twisted into a gateway, a trap. What used to be a simple playground game suddenly becomes the entrance to something terrifying. That's what it does here in this film. Not just a game anymore, but a life or death struggle dressed as. It reminds us that what looks harmless on the surface can actually be part of something much darker underneath. And then, in a moment that catches everyone off guard, a world-famous actress appears, and she's Cate Blanchett. She's someone we normally associate with elegance, fame, and power. She's a two-time Academy Award winning star. In most roles, she commands the screen with poise and confidence. But not here. In this scene, she's playing the recruiter, the one inviting someone into the game. But something is off. Her character isn't powerful or slick. She looks unsure. She says, as you wish, bold, and change. Another hitting. And in that moment, the entire mood shifts. The line between power and vulnerability collapses. Ddakji is one of the simplest, most common children's game in Korea. I used to play it all the time when I was young. All you need is a folded piece of paper, and the goal, slam yours down hard enough to flip your opponents. It sounds playful, harmless, of course. But in Squid Game, that innocent game becomes something else entirely. It becomes the moment where everything changes, where the boundary being tested is whether you're ready to enter a world where every game comes to be a prize. Ddakji makes a special sense in this sense in Squid Game. On the surface, the Ddakji game might seem confusing, even illogical, you can say, but that's the point. That makes an important point. Without political agenda, without judgment, because the soul has no borders. It has no ideology. It doesn't care about systems. And then we return to where it all began. Ddakji, that simple childhood game. It looks like just a fun memory. But in Squid, not a piece on a board, not a bet, not a pawn. You're a person. You're a soul. You're human. We are humans. That's what Song Ki-hyun says. And when you remember that, you don't need to win the game. You've already won. In fact, that's the brilliance of Squid Game 3. Beneath the violence and the games, it offers something much deeper. A chance to see ourselves and our world more clearly around the idea of purity. There's a kind of cultural hesitation to believe in innocence of spiritual purity. Not only in Korea, but in every other country too, in all societies. In a society where survival, connection, and image are often emphasized, many people would dismiss Ki-hyun's choices as naive or unrealistic. Yes, you can't escape. This moment isn't just nostalgia or fun. It's not meant to make us feel warm or remind us of childhood. It's meant to make us pause, to feel unsettled, to sense that something is very wrong, even in the way the powerful are behaving. It's about disorientation, about waking up, because what this final scene shows is something deeply true, not just in the world of Squid Game, but in our own world too. Even those who look like they are in control might be trapped. Fame, wealth, confidence, all of it might just be a mask, hiding fear, confusion, or helpless. And behind that mask, a larger, darker system, one that none of us fully see. A system that uses people, controls them, tempts them, and traps them, whether they are rich or poor, famous or forgotten. So when you watch that quiet, haunting final moment where a child game becomes something terrifying, a glamorous figure reveals uncertainty. It's not just twist in the story. It's a mirror. In this film, Squid Game 3, we see Young-hee and Chul-soo again. The jump rope is no longer just childhood symbol. Now, these games are cosmic forces, pulling strings, spinning destinies. They represent an animal, like the front man, like the victor. That is the real victory, not rebellion. The real victor is not anybody like Victor Frankenstein in Mary Shelley's novel, Frankenstein, because he death. So Ki-hyun's victory is the real victory, not rebellion, but refusal, not conquering evil, but staying human in the face of it. When we meet him again in Squid Game Season 3, we see that something has changed. It's no longer the night that made him tougher. He walks through the game with a heavy silence. There's a seriousness to him now, not just in tone, but in presence. It's as if he's carrying the weight of everything that came before, and yet still trying to act from the deeper part of his being. The environment around him are surreal. A stage dressed in pink, small, curved, almost childlike corridors. Everything feels uncertain, artificial. Somebody like Gi-hun, a man who refuses to play by those rules, is incomprehensible to people like her. It's not making moves for money, reputation, or survival. He acts from something else, the quiet, stubborn dignity of human soul that refuses to betray itself. Gi-hun doesn't represent moral perfection. He represents ethical possibility. He shows us that even the most ordinary person, the most broken and hesitant among us, is still capable of choosing love over fear and conscience over instinct. That's the first reason why Gi-hun matters. His ordinariness isn't a flaw, it's the blank canvas on which real ethics can appear. Not as theory, but as living choice.